All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have the holy grail of content right here for us to all enjoy. This is what you call coping and seething from good old Sweet Baby Inc. It is an amazing video of a conference that just recently happened at some place called the XOXO Festival. Not really sure what that is, but apparently Kim Belair, the CEO of Sweet Baby Inc., openly admits that everything has gotten to her and her company, and she tries to do damage control in this particular video, this particular conference, where she tries to say, oh, it was just a harassment campaign.
Photos of us, sometimes our families or our contractors. They were doxing me and other members of the team. Anyone calling these attacks out as doxing was accused of doxing themselves or lashing out. That's me. I'm the CEO. I have issues.
So we're going to react to that part of this video, guys. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into that YouTube algorithm. And I'm sorry if I sound weird. I'm losing my voice. I'm doing way too many videos and live streams, but the content must go on. Let's watch this and see what we got, because it's actually pretty damn hilarious. Let's do it.
How did you do it? Or just, hey, a narrative development company. What does that mean? I'm really interested. We were instead found by kind of, 4chan and the worst people on Twitter. And looking back, there is a funny element to it where I go like, people were kind of talking like, I've discovered a secret Canadian company. Like, these are the guys who did it. And the discovery that they had made was actually like our public-facing website that we advertise our services on, and which you can go to right now if you'd like to collaborate with us.
This is actually a very important part right here, where she tries to say that they're not hidden, right? They say that they're not hidden and that they're publicly open for everyone to see. Keep in mind, this is the same woman who just recently changed their entire website to hide all information, but they're publicly available, right? They're not hidden. Okay.
Just learn more. It's not hidden. And if it is, it's very bad, because it sits at sweetbabyinc.com. But literally within a few hours of me seeing that first post, we were not only being accused of, forcing a black person into Alan Wake, which one is cool, but we didn't do, and also of putting pride flags into Spider-Man's New York, which, again, so good, love to see them, but we were not responsible for them. But suddenly we were being told that we were, funded by BlackRock, and that actually we weren't a narrative development company. We were a DEI company, some kind of vaguely defined like censor, and that we were here to use all of the power we had amassed to force companies to go woke.
Keep in mind, they keep trying to push this whole, we're just a narrative consultancy group. But at the end of the day, you were the one back in 2019 during the GDC that said that you write narratives based through the eyes of diversity, equity, and inclusion. You try to push diversity, equity, and inclusion in the narratives that you consult on. That was your words. You chose to say that, not us. So you chose to represent your company like that, not us. Don't get mad at us for just showing what you said.
And obviously, that's a very baffling understanding of what work for hire is. I'm not sure how they imagined we did it or how the contracts would be drawn up for it, but it kind of didn't matter, because it just kept evolving and spinning out of control. And suddenly, the conspiracy was just alive. They were finding photos of us, sometimes our family.
There I am at the top right here. Look at this screenshot. You gotta love it, boys. You gotta love it. Shout out to Sweet Baby Inc. Thanks for the promotion. Much appreciated.
Or our contractors. They were doxing me and other members of the team. Anyone calling these attacks out as doxing.
Nobody was doxing her. Literally. Nobody was doxing her. Again, I want to make it very clear. This is a CEO of a public company. Nobody, or a company in general, nobody was doxing her. Her name is everywhere. Her picture is everywhere. Like she said, it's not hidden, right? You guys realize that it's not hidden. Nobody was doxing you or the members of your team. Everybody on your team was publicly available on your website. Pictures, names, everything was available. And if it wasn't on the website, guess what? Those employees were on Twitter attacking gamers, which is what started all of this in the first place. Those employees on their public social media accounts were attacking people left and right. This is not doxing, my girl. That's not what doxing is. We are just simply putting a mirror to what you guys do every single day. But let's continue.
was accused of doxing themselves or lashing out. That's me. I'm the CEO. I have issues. But yeah, this went on for weeks and then months. At its peak, which was somewhere around like February, March of this year, we were getting something like 300 emails a day, which admittedly some of those are going to be spam or bots or whatever it is, but they were often accompanied by death threats, threats to our family. We did have one bomb threat made to the police that they contacted us about, and at best, the nicest thing you would see in some of these spaces was that we were a punchline. But any defenders were really, really shouted down quite quickly. And in moments when this movement couldn't dig up like another reason to attack us, they would just kind of move on to other groups who they perceived to be like us. All while doing the work of erasing all of those people's and our actual jobs and interest and papering over it with kind of that rallying cry of far-right supremacy, DEI.
Oh, there it is. Far-right supremacy. So everybody who's been talking about DEI, ESG, inclusion, all that stuff, you're all far-right supremacists, every single one of you. Yes, even the ones who I know are hardcore centrists, and even the ones who I know are regular lefties. Yes, you guys who watch my videos, I know you guys exist, and I know you're out there. I don't know if you're aware, but you're a far-right supremacist. Again, this is coming from someone who is speaking to a bunch of women in the crowd, because it's mostly women. You can hear it in the laughing in the crowd. This is a literal example of what toxic positivity looks like. This is an echo chamber, and she's speaking in that chamber. Literally, it's not a joke.
And as ridiculous and stupid as it all was, I actually was not prepared for the escalation of it when noted buffoon and Twitter CEO Elon Musk decided that he would chime in with his very cool thoughts. Yeah, some very cool, very good thoughts in there. Lots.
So is he not allowed to have an opinion? Just because he's a CEO of Twitter, is he not allowed to have an opinion that a lot of people have, seemingly? I don't know if she's aware. Maybe she is aware, and that's why she's trying to do damage control. A lot of people agree with Elon Musk in that notion. A lot of people, which is why you're getting so much backlash in the first place. And again, during this entire echo chamber, like little interview, because we're only in the middle of the video. I can only react to so much in one video. But during the entire echo chamber of the interview, she never once starts and tells you what started this in the first place. Never fucking once tells you that Chris Kindred, her employee, tried to get someone banned off of Steam, tried to get someone canceled online, tried to get someone removed from every facet of social media, all because he wanted transparency in gaming and made an account on Steam that he was well within his right to make. You guys were angry over that, and you tried to get him canceled, and it backfired. And now here you are in some fucking bullshit echo chamber fucking whatever you call this, conference, whatever you want to call it. You're here trying to pretend to be the victim, and we're just an innocent, sweet little, narrative consultancy. Shut the fuck up. You're such a goddamn liar.
Lots to think about. So this was hard the whole time. Like, not since the beginning, it wasn't great.
I thought you said it wasn't hard. I thought you said it's just regular noise. Like, you don't hear it, you don't see it. You said in a little echo chamber, podcast that you had with Black Girl Gamers, you literally said none of this bothers you. Now it's hard. Now it's difficult to deal. Make up your mind. You sound like Alyssa Mercante right now. Make up your mind. Are you a victim or not? Are you or not a victim?
But we were receiving countless emails, all this constant hate. It was targeted enough to feel disconcerting, even when it was kind of silly, and it was also kind of drowning out the support. But when Elon chimed in, it really made me realize the scale of it, because the richest man in the world was suddenly turning like the Eye of Sauron onto 16 people trying to make a pretty modest living in the industry that they love, and he was arguing for
pretty modest living coming from a CEO. Okay. A CEO of a company that's governmentally funded, mind you, from the Canadian government. Yeah, you're trying to make a modest living where you work with over 30 companies plus. There's probably more because you're hiding all the companies. Yeah, modest living. Okay. Can we stop this fucking nonsense of a modest living? That's when you have a grifter in front of you, because she's trying to pretend as if they don't make a lot of money when we know that the company does make a lot of money. Maybe the lower level employees are making a modest living, but we all fucking know you're not. Okay? Because if Black Lives Matter was any indication when they decided to take all those donations, the two top black females in that little particular organization, they weren't exactly modest with the money that came flooding in from support over George Floyd's death or whatever. So let's be a little honest here about the whole modest living nonsense.
Or our collapse. And this meant that, it was when this happened and when it got bigger than this, you can tell I got it early as a screenshot, but yeah, it's...
So she got it early as a screenshot, meaning she watches and reads everything we do, which is literally what we've been saying for the longest time.
Made us realize that this was huge. We were being attacked in a massive and coordinated campaign of harassment, and that sucks. But it does get me closer to the question of what happens when you get harassed. So first of all, just as a spoiler, like what happens when you get harassed is it sucks. I can't recommend it. If I had to rate the experience...
So then why did you choose to harass Cabrutus? If it sucks and it's not fun to get harassed, why did you choose to go after Cabrutus, who is simply trying to make a transparency group in the Steam curator page? Like, did you really think that that was going to be a big deal for you? Why did you choose to harass someone who had every right to make a Steam curator page and recommend a game based on his own beliefs? Why did you choose to harass him? Why did an employee of yours choose to go after him and try to get the page banned? And not only get the page banned, okay, I could understand at the very minimum if you want to get the page banned, but then you wanted to take it a step further and try to get his account banned. You wanted him to lose decades of video games and money and time and investment because you wanted to get his Steam page banned, like his account. Why did you choose to harass him if it sucks?
Like... 1.5 stars, probably. It's not.
Again, if you are actually getting threats of death and violence, which, by the way, if you have all these emails, 300 emails a day, that means you should have plenty of evidence to post. So I don't know why you're not posting it if that's the case, but, that's neither here nor there. If you're truly getting death threats, that's dumb. People shouldn't be doing that. I say that all the time. But let's be real. You're probably not getting that many death threats, and a lot of the emails that you got were probably people who were pissed at you for what you openly advertised that you do in conferences and also on your website before you redesigned it and you hit it. You said that you will terrorize marketing teams if they won't give you what you want. You said that. That's what you said. You said, hey, if your marketing teams or if your company won't hire DEI consultancy firms, go terrorize them. Of what will happen if you don't hire them. You're teaching people certain tactics, and then you're mad that people don't like those tactics?
The best. But more specifically, what happened during all of this, if I can kind of dig down into this review, is, we lost our voice. And
you sure as fuck did, and that is what they hate the most. That is what the journalists hate. That's what companies like this hate, is that they don't have control over the narrative that they used to dominate. And that is what upsets them the most. They want power and control over the narrative back, and they don't have it, and they are desperately trying to get it. But it's gone. It is long gone. Gone with the wind.
We didn't just lose our voice as a collective. We lost our voices individually because people on our team were either hounded off of social media or, they get attacked so consistently that it just becomes frustrating to use. It's not enjoyable to hop on anywhere and get that wave of hate. So
why did you do it to Cabrutus in the beginning that started all of this? Again, nobody knew who you were until you decided to attack Cabrutus and try to get him banned for simply trying to make a Steam curator page. Nobody knew who Cabrutus was, and nobody knew who you were. By choosing to attack that man, you decided to expose both of you, and the gamers picked a side, and it wasn't yours.
Within Sweet Baby, beyond what we do for work, there are authors, there are comic book creators, there are TTRPG creators, game designers, people who have other work that they want to share with the world, that they should be allowed to share with the world. But just for existing within our company, just for working on the games that they do, they were attacked. Even contractors, people who literally worked with us for a spot check, a week or a couple months. But there was really, really nothing we could do. And as silly as it is, and as little as I miss the current Twitter, as little as I regret leaving it, the loss of frivolity and, frankly, dumb bullshit.
She hasn't left Twitter at all. Okay, they keep saying they left Twitter, but yet somehow they're getting screenshots of recent stuff. So let's be real. They haven't left Twitter.
Is actually a little soupçon of dehumanization. Because I would love to post a picture of my latte or my dogs without people going oh, I guess coffee is woke now, and hey, that dog is pretty gay. But we weren't allowed. We are no longer allowed to be in the conversation without, what amounts to mass targeting. But look at him up there. And don't.
Well, that's what happens when you decide as a company, right? Which, by the way, this is the same company that sent a threat to Natalia in her direct DMs that I showcased in a video as well. This is that same company. The company that is trying to say that they're victims and they can't post pictures of their dogs on social media and stuff like that. You can do whatever you want on social media. But here's the difference, right? You guys decided to do an action that had really bad consequences. Gamers picked a side. Gamers picked the side of Cabrutus. He ended up winning. Gamers ended up winning in the end multiple times throughout this Gamergate 2.0 stuff. And at the end of the day, you don't have a lot of supporters because there isn't many, right? You try to say they're drowned out by the hate, but that's because there isn't many. You don't have a lot of people speaking up for you. You have a lot of people speaking up against you. And that's not anybody's fault other than your own. So I'm going to leave you guys with this, okay? This is the company that says that they're not hidden and then everything is public and for you to see. But at the end of the day, they are hidden. They redesigned their website. They hid everything. And earlier in this video, she says that she prefers to stay hidden, right? She says that they are a company that does work that most people didn't even know, and they prefer it that way because they prefer to stay hidden. So you can't say earlier in the video that you prefer to stay hidden and then try to make a joke about, oh, yeah, we're not hidden and no, everything is publicly available. You can't do that. You guys absolutely know that you want to stay hidden because that's the entire point of a company like yours. Stay hidden. Don't get hate for shit that gamers don't like, right? You're doing shit gamers do not like, no matter how much you're trying to spin the narrative, literally, and you're trying to change the website to make it seem like that's not the case. You 100% do shit that gamers do not like. And gamers are tired of it. So people speak out against you and you want to get emotional over it. It's ridiculous, man. This company is an absolute joke. And they said that if they weren't affected, everything's fine. Well, guess what? That doesn't seem to be the case. And it's not going to stop. People are going to keep talking about what you do so long as you keep working on video games and showcasing that you're doing these things. No matter how much you try to hide your projects and hide your contractors and whoever you work with and companies that hire you, gamers are going to find out. It's only a matter of time. So I'm sorry. It is what it is. Maybe you shouldn't have attacked Cabrutus and tried to get people banned and tried to get people threatened. Maybe you shouldn't have done that because maybe, I'll put it you like this. Your whole terrorizing strategy that you use against marketing teams in the studios to try to get them to hire you, that might work with those people. That ain't working with us. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it if you get to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.